My name is Asiimwe Lydia, and I have started this podcast, which I am going to be airing on my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook page, and I'll be sharing my personal experiences with you about the valley of life. I believe God took me through 4 valleys since I was born to this moment, 4 valleys of life. And I would like to share these testimonies with you because I believe this is my mission on earth, to help people understand the concept of the valleys of life and how to successfully go through it. A lot of people have been through valleys and they have drowned in them. They have died in them, just like those dry bones that the Lord envisions in the book of Ezekiel, and we don't want to be like them. So I am going to be helping people. I believe my calling is to help people walk through this valley, up the slopes and back on top of the mountain, where Jesus Christ died for them to enjoy life. So thank you so much for joining me. This is my introductory and very first series and podcast. And I would like to describe the valley of life as challenging times of life. You could call it the times of pain and deprivation. The times when your soul is taken through an intense period of trials and tribulations, so the soul will learn and grow and evolve to be better. I want you to understand who you are, first of all, who we are. So we are powerful spiritual beings of heaven who were sent on earth to go through challenges so we would learn and grow. Meaning when we go back to heaven after our life on earth, we will go at a higher level after so much learning. And earth is a planet that was created with very many trials, which is a very good ground for the soul to learn from. So I want you to understand that. So life on earth has ups and downs. Those are mountains and valleys, mountains and valleys. So every time we are going through the trials and tribulation of life, that is the one I have described as being in the valley. And every time things are good and the sun is bright and there are rainbows, I have described that as being on top of the mountain. So you'll find that life has valleys and mountains, valleys and mountains. And in my podcast, I'm going to talk about what determines the length of time you spend in the valley and what determines the length of time you spend on top of the mountain. What causes you to go in the valley and what causes you to come out of it? I have been through these experiences and I'll be sharing them with you. So we are going to look at the top of the mountain, the valley, and then also the slopes. I consider the slope of the mountain to be the transition period. You're either getting out of the valley and climbing up, or you're sloping down from the mountain and into the valley. So it's a transition. The slope is a transition of either going up or going down. And as I speak and as I share, some people right now are deep in the valley, suffering the trials of the valley. Some people are on the slopes, either climbing out or going down. And some people are on top of their mountain today. So I'll be speaking to each of those experiences. And by the time you engage more in my podcasts and series, you will understand the position where you are at. But all these experiences are good, all of them, from the mountain to the slopes to the top. All these experiences are good for our lives, for us to learn and grow and evolve. And I want you to know one thing: the valley is not a punishment. We are powerful souls from heaven, and we are part of the source, the creator of the universe. We are attached to him, we are part of him, we are an extension of him, and we are here on earth to learn from these experiences. So mountains and valleys were deliberately put in place as our guardian angels saw that those were necessary for us to learn what we came to learn. We all did not come to learn the same thing. We all came to learn different things. So that is why our valleys and mountains are different. We cannot be the same. You and I cannot be in the valley at the same time. One day I'll be in the valley, you'll be on top of the mountain. One day you'll be in the valley, I'll be on top of the mountain. One day you'll be on the slope down, I'll be on the slope up. Or I'll be on the slope down, you'll be on the slope up. So we are different. I need you to mark that difference. So on this podcast, in my series of podcasts, there are a lot of lessons that I learned from all my 4 valleys. And I'll be sharing those lessons and those experiences for you to learn from. Like I said, I've been through 4 valleys. My first valley was in the 80s. My second valley it started in 2013. Ended around 2017. My third valley was in 2018, and my fourth valley came in 2020, stretching into 2021. I am not proud. I don't want to boast of it all, but I think the more the valleys you go through, the stronger you grow spiritually. And so I thank God so much that this is my 4th valley, and every valley has had a huge, powerful impact on my life. And I'm very proud to share my experiences with you. So the Bible verses that I will strongly refer to that inspire this podcast are going to be Psalms 23, verse 4, which says that even though I walk through the darkest valley, you see, the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. So what I'm going to emphasize on is, as we walk through the valley, God, our Creator, walks through it with us. He never threw us on earth to abandon us, to die in these valleys. He has been with us from the day we were created. He walks through the mountains, the slopes, and the valleys with us. So I want you to know that He's always, 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 always with you, and He never leaves you for even 1 second. Another verse that will strengthen us through this podcast is going to be Isaiah 43, verse 2, which says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. So waters are found in the valley. And it says, when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep you over. We find these rivers in the valley. And it also says that when you walk through the fire, the valleys I'm going to talk about burn with fire. So when you walk through this fire, you will not be burned. I will also talk about the vision of the valley of dry bones in the book of Ezekiel. Why do you think the dry bones were in the valley? And also the words that God speaks to those dry bones. So this will be our inspiring scriptures. I am very excited to be with you. We are going to learn so much from my experiences and testimonies. I'm going to enjoy a very good time with you. And I believe this is my purpose on earth, to share with you these words. I hope 1, 2, 3, 5 people can learn from this experience. I love you so much. I'll see you on my next podcast. When you go on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. When you go on Facebook, please like the posts and share on your pages. We can minister to as many people as possible all over the world who need this message by just you subscribing and also sharing the message on your social media platforms. Stay safe from this COVID-19 pandemic. Follow all the SOPs. Take care of yourself. May God bless you. Till next time.